Happy Halloween, guys! Special treat for all you guys. We got Bane.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
So, hey guys, so listen, a lot of news, a lot of stuff going on in this world, but I just wanted to take this time now that we're coming to the end of October and Halloween is literally here. One, I'm kind of curious, what are you guys dressing up as? I know what he's dressed up as.
Yes, we do.
Alrighty, guys, so for one, we're going to drink tonight. I'm having a Modelo. You should have a rum and coke or a vodka and something.
Yes.
Okay? Even Bane's drinking. Okay?
Later.
So, Cam, crazy week, huh? Oh, by the way, it's Cameron. And I got to give Cameron credit on this costume. He's really, and we'll kind of maybe post a picture to go along with this. Pants, boots, the whole thing. They're just fucking, they're literally pretty screen accurate. Okay, pretty screen accurate. He didn't bring his vest today because it's kind of hot. That's not a bald cap. This motherfucker literally fucking shaved his head. Okay, he shaved his head and he has beautiful hair. Me, on the other hand, I have no hair, but I still shaved it today too.
Of course.
Alrighty. But he shaved his shit, so gotta give him fucking props. That's amazing.
This is true.
Alrighty, guys. So, Cameron, what you been up to this week?
Well, as you can see, I have been perfecting my accent wherever this is from. Watching movies, all kinds of fun stuff, Working on a new sculpture soon. You all will see that, as well as my short film, When It Knocks. You'll see that soon as well. There for all of your judgmental eyes to tell me how terrible of a filmmaker I am. Soon.
So I gotta tell you, Cam, I've been I don't know what you've been up to watching television, but Netflix just released this Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosity. It's like a Guillermo del Toro presents, and it's a bunch of shorts, like little 45-minute episodes. And I got to tell you, some of them are not too bad. Different filmmakers.
I'll have to check that out soon.
Yeah. What have you watched this week?
Well,
To get ready for Halloween.
I watched this horror movie on Netflix that wasn't very good, and that is why the title escapes me. Actually, I do remember it's called The Vigil.
The Vigil.
It was okay. Very, very okay. I also watched the new Hellraiser.
Oh.
Still not a giant fan of Hellraiser, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Although I did find the new Hell Priest to be slightly arousing.
Slightly arousing or arousing?
Slightly.
Slightly.
Still not into the whole spanking thing.
Yet. So, there's a, I like bad movies, Cam, and I would watch,
This is true. He is a very big fan of Disney. That much is evident.
So my daughters and I, we would sit down on a Sunday afternoon, and we would watch horrible sci-fi movie, sci-fi channel movies, right?
Of course.
This is before the Sharknadoes of the world, and we used to enjoy them because we knew they were shit, and we expected shit.
A true classic indeed.
So the one thing that kind of surprised me as I was going through Netflix, I saw something that said The Blade of the 47 Ronin.
Ah, yes.
Okay. And I was like, 47, and it has like Mark Dacascos in it, right? And I'm like, oh shit, it has Mark Dacascos, and I'm like, fuck, it's kind of funny because this is literally a sequel to the 47 Ronin movie with Keanu Reeves.
Incredible.
But it takes place like in the near future in Budapest or Bucharest. I can't remember, but it was one of those fucking Eastern European countries. that have amazingly hot hookers.
Of course.
Okay. I've been there a couple times. So, but it's taking place in the near future, and there's like futuristic samurais. I got into it for maybe like 10 minutes, and at one point B's like, what the fuck you watching? And it has this YouTuber, Anna Akaya or Anaya or some shit. Do you know who that is?
Yes.
Do you?
I'm not a subscriber, but I am aware of her presence.
Okay, so she's the lead alongside Mark Dacascos, which kind of surprised me, you know. But this is literally a Universal movie, like Universal logo, the whole thing. It's a 2022 movie. Who the fuck thought, let's make a sequel to 47 Ronin, but instead of taking place in medieval fucking Japan or feudal Japan, right? Let's fucking do a futuristic one, and it's totally stupid.
Sounds like a tax write-off.
Like Batgirl.
Oh, Batgirl.
Oh.
Fuck her. And the guy that she's pretending to be.
Did you ever have a run-in as Bane with Batgirl?
No. Well, actually, now that I think about it, there's a reason why her film is not coming out. I broke it. Although she was pretty fucking hot, so I didn't mind breaking it. If you know what I mean.
Wow. Bane, you're about to get Me Too'd. Hey, so you know what? Talking about Me Too'd, so lately people have been kind of trying to like cancel Freddy Krueger.
Well, they did attempt, Platinum Dunes did attempt to make him to be a pedophile.
So what's worse, a pedophile or a murderer? Aren't they both like equally evil?
Well, it depends. What color was the person that he murdered? I'm allowed to make these jokes. I'm a villain. Obviously the pederast. Duh.
So seriously, did you follow up on it? Did you see any of that at all? That people were literally talking about, you know, because a lot of people, you see like the sexy Freddy Krueger fucking costumes, you know, at the spirit stores or everybody,
sure
right?
have.
And all of a sudden people are kind of like, how are you going to dress up as a pedophile?
Well, the thing is that he was always just a dirty, dirty child murderer. But Platinum Dunes, much like everything else they touch, turn to shit. And now Freddy is a pedophile in only the fans of the remake's eyes.
Got it.
But no one really cares what they think. If we're being honest, that remake, the only good part of it was Jackie Earle Haley. And even he was phoning it in.
Yeah, he couldn't save that movie.
No, but my God, was he a damn good Rorschach.
He was a very good Rorschach. Did in the comic books did Bane and Rorschach ever meet up?
Not that I'm aware of, but if we had, I would have fucked him up.
He might have liked it.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
I doubt it very much. I'll tell you what, squarely for a little guy, strong too, but not quite strong enough.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What else is going on, Cam?
Well, you know, doing some curls for the girls at the gym. Other than that, it's been a slow week. We went to a costume party not too long ago. That was the highlight of...
Yeah. If you guys didn't see, we put up some of the shorts up on YouTube of a dancing Bane. I didn't realize that Bane has some moves, not just like fighting moves. I mean, you could fight on you know, you got some John Travolta in you.
I'm spry on my feet. That's for sure. Yes, sometimes I don't want to break a back or a neck. Sometimes I just want to bust a move on the dance floor. After all, that is the reason I was excommunicated from the League of Shadows.
Because of dancing?
Yes, well, Ra's al Ghul is not quite as good on the dance floor, and he is a jealous son of a bitch.
From what I heard, and you might be able to clarify this, Ra's al Ghul actually took a very different approach to dancing. He didn't allow it. And it very a la Footloose.
Very much so, and that is simply not a rule that I can abide.
And basically, you were like the Kevin Bacon of the League of Shadows.
Very much so.
Yeah.
I really like that comparison. Very much so.
Wow. Speaking of Kevin Bacon, did you see the trailer for
Yes.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special?
Can't wait to see that.
Yes.
I many a times have thought about breaking into Kevin Bacon's home. I just haven't.
Let's not talk about breaking into people's homes because something happened in San Francisco that's kind of touchy.
Of course.
Okay.
I even thought about doing it. If full transparency, I've thought about breaking into Kevin Bacon's home in my underwear as well. But I have been able to refrain.
I got to tell you, when I kind of heard about what happened to Paul Pelosi, and I want to be very clear, guys, violence is not something that we are okay with in the political spectrum. In all seriousness, this is not good. I still think there might be something more to the story, but we'll figure that out in the upcoming days. But the one thing...
It's more of a guideline from me. Very bendable rule, in my opinion.
So one of the things that I was thinking about, Bane, of how reminiscent it was of, and I'm surprised no one's made the comparison yet, of the Riddler in the Batman when he breaks into the mayor's house and he fucking kills the candidate with what?
Well, it was a carpet tool, but close enough to
Carpet
a hammer.
tool to a hammer. And that's the first thing that I was kind of thinking. I was like, holy crap. You know, and I'm surprised no one's made the comparison.
Well,
Maybe,
that's because you're a fucking nerd.
I prefer the term geek.
You're a geek, Robert.
Yes.
Most people took that political violence seriously, but instead you were over here thinking about a fucking movie.
There's similarities.
I can't blame you there. I appreciate...
But was the Riddler in his underwear?
I'm sure he had underwear on. Or maybe he didn't.
Maybe the Riddler goes commando. Do you go commando?
Often.
Wow.
Well, you can't work around Talia all day long and just wear underwear.
But it wasn't Talia more of like your sister almost?
No, more like a daughter. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply any Freddy Krueger nonsense just now. Yes, she was more of our redemption in prison, I gotta say.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not proud of what I just said.
Yeah, not good, Bane, even for you.
Yes, well, you know, this helmet is tight.
It's a little tight. It cuts off the blood flow.
It sure does.
How do you drink?
That's none of your goddamn business.
Are you jealous?
A little.
Modelo, folks. Modelo.
It's been a long time since I've had anything to drink, honestly. You know, I always did wonder about that scene in The Dark Knight Rises when my less intelligent colleagues brought the police commissioner into the sewer. When they walk up to me, when I'm standing there looking incredibly ripped and buff and hot, I pour a cup of water out on the ground. And no one ever asked what the hell I was doing with that.
What were you doing with that, Bane?
Don't ask. Listen, living in the sewer is not great. And sometimes you get bored. I'll leave it at that.
Interesting. Huh. What else is Bane working on? Do you think Bane's going to make an appearance in any of the future movies that are coming up?
Well, I think it's a possibility. I heard that Dave Bautista. I heard that he had some kind of meeting with Warner Brothers executives of some sort to attempt to play me. You listen to me, Dave. There's only one man for that role, and he is certainly not you. Or maybe he is. In all honesty, your acting capability has become much better than it used to.
You know, especially now with James Gunn and his relationship.
Yes. Interesting.
Will Dave Bautista play Bane? Now, the question is, the reason I like you, Bane, is especially the Nolan Bane, is that
The best Bane.
the best Bane. And by the way, you also showed up in was it the Legos?
I did.
Right? You showed up in the Lego version? I think it was the Lego version.
Great.
But the big question is...
I was bricked up.
You were bricked up. Can your Bane... At least they don't explain it as if you weren't drug and fueled, right?
No, I was not.
Okay. So what's the deal with the mask?
It simply keeps the pain at bay.
What pain is that, Bane?
Well, my spine was almost ripped out of my body.
Ah,
That's
got
what
it.
that large scar up the back of my back.
Got it.
That's what happened in the prison. They really tried to predator me.
Really?
Yes, that was fixed, and then this helmet was created to keep the pain at bay. But my strength comes from my sheer will.
Huh.
Because remember, folks, practice and training is nothing. Will is everything. That's a Batman Begins reference.
Batman Begins. Are you friends now with Bruce Wayne?
No, fuck that guy. What the hell?
How about Scarecrow?
Fuck him twice. He's a pussy. I was gonna blow his ass up.
So why did you make him the judge?
I wanted, Bruce to watch me torture an entire city. Isn't it obvious? Who better to put in charge of judging people than some little asshole that scares people?
Hey, let's talk about Selena Kyle, though.
My God, let's talk about her.
Yes, she was pretty amazing.
Yes.
How's Selena doing lately?
Beats the hell out of me. She ran off with that prick Bruce.
Oh, God damn it.
They did, however, go to Florence.
Yes.
What a lovely, lovely place.
Yes.
You know, a few years back, I had actually backpacked all over Europe after being excommunicated by the League of Shadows. Technically just a small hiatus, but whatever. Titles. Anyways, me and my brothers, we backpacked across Europe, and we did spend a fair amount of time in Florence, and it was wonderful.
How are the Florentine women?
Incredible. You have no idea. I broke so many backs. I'm just kidding, I didn't.
They broke your back.
Yes.
And your heart. Did you leave your heart in Florence?
Well, no, technically I left it in that god-awful pit of hell, but one could say I left what was still in my chest in Florence, sure.
Got it. Alrighty. So, have you been following up what's been going on in the real world? Oops, the phone's going on here. In the real world?
Whatever do you mean?
So, there's a report coming out about UFOs and UAP. Did you? So the most recent. So there's a report coming out, and they're saying that some of the stuff Because lately the Pentagon and the government were kind of alluding that a lot of the stuff that's been going on is well, it's unidentified, right? But now they're saying that some of the stuff might be aerial trash.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
How the fuck does aerial trash chase F-18 Hornet jets?
Well, actually, now that I think about it, I have a couple ex-girlfriends that I would qualify as trash that was chasing me.
That's a possibility.
But as for...
Was that like Poison Ivy, or... Did you ever date Harley Quinn?
No. That bitch is far too crazy.
Really?
Very much so. Isn't it obvious?
Well, she did date the Joker.
Same answer.
Who's crazier?
Easily Harley Quinn.
Easily Harley Quinn.
Joker lies to her ass. He gaslights her to next week just to keep her in check, because he knows that if he doesn't, his ass is grass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Impressive. But you never dated Poison Ivy?
I don't like to kiss and tell.
Got it. How about Batgirl?
Well, like I said earlier, the movie's not coming out. At least not in theaters. Possibly on certain websites.
Oh. So I heard that the reason Batwoman realized she was a lesbian is because she dated you first. And you turned her to the... well, you made her a lesbian, basically.
I'm a very powerful lover. Some just can't keep up, to say the least. Not quite gentle enough, I suppose. But if you're going to put me on blast, that's all I'll say about that. I don't want too much of you freaks out there to start shipping us.
So have you had any... I know you primarily hang out in Gotham, but do you ever cross the river and go to Metropolis?
I don't primarily hang out in Gotham. I only came to that godforsaken city just to blow it up, honestly. I only came there to fulfill Ra's al Ghul's destiny.
How do you feel that you failed? In other words, well, you're a failure.
Next question.
Have you had any run-ins with Superman? I hear he's back.
Obviously I haven't. I'm here right now. I have heard that he's back. I'm a rather big fan of Henry Cavill. I must say, quite a good-looking man.
He's no longer going to be wearing long hair in The Witcher, though. Liam Hemsworth. Thor's brother.
Yes.
Is going to be...
He's going to replace him.
It's going to be The Witcher.
Well, they're really going to have to pad the hell out of that suit to make him look half as big as Henry. Henry, I must say, we should work out sometime, me and you. I hear you're quite funny. I can be pretty funny, too.
I hear he's a big Dungeons and Dragon fan.
He's a huge nerd. I love it. Fantastic man. I really respect that he almost missed the opportunity to... audition for Superman just to keep his D&D game going.
I think he was with Joe Manganiello, right?
Yes, I respect it heavily. Yes. Joe Manganiello.
Who's played Wade Wilson, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I respect him too. Anybody that can go on to play Wade Wilson after dancing damn near naked on a stage covered in oil is okay in my book.
I heard you audition also for Magic Mike, but they wanted you to take off your mask, and you were adamant that you were willing to take off everything minus the mask.
I told them it would be extremely painful, but they just weren't interested.
But they still had you audition, I hear.
Yes, and from what I understand, they kept the tape.
Was it Channing who kept it?
I'm not going to comment on that. I don't want to ruin any relationships.
Did you know that Channing was going to play Gambit from the other universe?
I may have heard something about this, but I don't like to comment on that comic book line.
Why is that?
It's bad for, we don't intermingle like that. It's just not. Because if we did, you think about it, my not-so-good friend, arch-nemesis Christian Bale, he, when he intermingled, it didn't come out very good, if we're being honest. So, we'll just leave it at that.
That's true. That's true.
It's never good.
But hold on a second. J.K. Simmons has played J. Jonah Jameson, and he's played Commissioner Gordon.
Don't want to talk about that either.
You don't like J.K. Simmons?
I do like J.K. Simmons, but I don't like him as Commissioner Gordon.
Is it because you prefer Gary Oldman?
Of course.
Got it.
Of course.
He wasn't bad as Commissioner Gordon, though.
He wasn't great either. Although I will give him that he didn't have a lot to work with.
Wow. Interesting. Beer time?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
probably beer time.
Alrighty. So, Bane is going away. And let's say hello to...
Hey guys, what's up?
God damn, that must have been hard.
It was the easiest thing I've done all week.
Really. By the way, that's a pretty good piece, guys. Take a look at this.
Yeah,
He
take a
kind
look
of customized this a little bit to fit his head.
Yeah, so I have a giant head, and this is actually the Excoser cosplay mask, and I bought two Excoser masks, and I just chopped up one of them and used it to extend the top portion.
It's slimy. I'm touching your sweat, bro.
Yeah, sorry.
Monkeypox. Holy shit.
And then I gave it a screen accurate repaint and everything, so it looks, I think, much better.
Yeah.
Also,
as
there's
my English teacher once said, way more better.
Way more better.
Way more better.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and it wasn't like the most annoying thing you've heard all week.
Yeah. And if you're watching this, it's because you probably have nothing else to do, because we wouldn't even watch this show.
That's true. Yeah.
Woo!
God have mercy on your souls for watching this trash.
Wow. Talk about trash. No, I'm quite serious, Cam. I was like, what the fuck? The blade of the 47 Ronin.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing redeeming. I watched about 20 minutes of it because there was elements of 47 Ronin that I enjoyed. Okay.
I actually enjoyed the Keanu Reeves movie.
Yeah, I
thought it was
enjoyed.
a fun movie.
It was a fun movie. There was a lot of great actors, and it was fun. But the fact that they made it, and then I kind of remembered, holy shit, they made an announcement of.
Bless you.
Excuse me, it's Modelo time. That they were going to make a sequel, and I'm like, oh fuck, a sequel? That's kind of cool because interesting. And then knowing how foreign sales work, right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, they'll cast a couple people. They might have some flashbacks. They'll promote it as a sequel to 47 Ronin, and the way foreign sales work, boom, they'll sell it to foreign territories and they'll make their money back. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was because of COVID or whatever it is. Ended up on Netflix. The movie's got awful. It's embarrassingly bad. I've seen better movies on Sci-Fi Channel that were direct to Sci-Fi Channel.
Yeah, I saw some clips, or at least one clip from the movie, and golly, I gotta say, it's not really matching up to the Keanu Reeves movie at all. What is the name of that? He's like a Japanese actor. He was in the last, the last John Wick movie.
Mark Dacascos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was in a movie called Only the Strong back like in the 80s, 90s.
And he was on that
where
cooking
he played,
show, Iron Chef.
But he would do the capoeira. Mm-hmm. Remember, he would do the capoeira, that Brazilian street fighting stuff. And yes, and then he kind of does Iron. But exactly, that's why I thought it was kind of cool. For a second, when they first announced it, I'm like, oh, maybe Keanu fucking talked to Mark Dacascos and said, hey, fucking go do 47 Ronin, and kind of gave him his blessing somehow, you know? Yeah. Dude, this movie's really bad. It is really bad.
Is Keanu a producer on it?
I have no fucking clue. Mm-hmm. Hopefully not, because it's that bad. Like the last Bill and Ted's movie was better than fucking this 47 by a long shot. This is horrible.
Speaking of Keanu Reeves, what's the I'm forgetting his name, the actor from Friends.
Oh yeah, what the fuck's wrong with Matthew Perry?
Matthew Perry, bro, wishing death on Keanu Reeves.
You know, and he went back and tried to kind of clarify it, and he was saying that he wasn't thinking.
Yeah, he definitely walked it
and
back.
whatever. Dude, first of all, Matthew, Keanu, dude, don't even mention Keanu. 2 different levels, and nobody has anything bad to say about Keanu Reeves. And for you to say such a shitty comment, by the way, listen, if you're gonna tell me, oh shit, you know, we could have, you know, instead of losing, you know, River Phoenix, or instead of losing Heath Ledger, we could have fucking lost, you know, some random piece of shit actor that you don't like. Okay, you could say that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like when we lost Prince, and I was like, shit, but Death, you could have taken Cardi B, you know.
For sure.
Right?
You know?
But Keanu? Nah, guys.
Just kidding. We like Keanu. We like Cardi B.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't like Cardi B. Okay, all right, it is what it is. But seriously, guys, it's pretty sad that Matthew Perry, he did apologize. He said he was just randomly throwing fucking, maybe because he was fucking doing drugs or something when he was being interviewed.
His publicist sure made him apologize for that.
Fuck,
quick.
man, what a horrible thing for you to say.
Yeah.
Horrible
Crazy.
thing for you to say.
The only thing worse he could have said is like, I like wish death on Brendan Fraser. Like, you know, that's the only possible worse name he could have thrown out there that the internet would have like exploded on.
Yeah, or something like, well, why didn't Christopher Reeve die sooner?
Yeah, that would have been
right. Just as bad.
Been,
just
well,
as bad.
I mean, like that actually technically would be worse because he's actually dead.
Because he's actually dead.
And
yeah.
like he's a beloved actor. But could you imagine if he had said something like that? How ridiculous! Golly. Oh my god.
Hey, are you guys done with all the fucking political fucking ads popping up left and right on television? I sure am.
I can't wait. Golly.
Yeah, I can't wait for November 8th, bro. I can't wait for November 8th. I just want this to end and we could go back to just hating each other without the politics.
I can't wait for November 8th to pass because it'll just, I mean, it's just another day where like my opinion doesn't matter, but like I just can't wait for it to be over.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because last night, Luke Bryan, country megastar, Luke Bryan is in Florida. Florida's recovering from a hurricane. Governor DeSantis, Governor DeSantis gets invited to the stage because they're doing fundraising for the state. Okay? Nothing wrong, guys. They're doing fundraising for the state of Florida that got hit pretty bad, right? And right now you have a bunch of people upset because he invited Governor DeSantis up on stage. I got to say something. If he would have been here in California, and if California had gone through fires or earthquake, and they would have invited Governor Gavin Newsom up on the stage because they were doing a fundraiser, it's all good. You know, sometimes, guys, you got to put your petty, issues aside and, realize that sometimes people are just trying to help, especially like a state of Florida that's recovering from a massive fucking hurricane.
I think more than sometimes, honestly. I mean, like if there's ever an opportunity for you not to be petty and just set that aside for the betterment of everybody around you, especially when they're like in a situation like Florida where they need your help. I mean, like aliens would be talking to us right now if it wasn't for the people that like stay petty when other people are in danger.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, speaking of aliens talking to us,
yes.
I know I always kind of circle back to the UAP or the UFO topic, but there's a new movie that's on. It was just released about a week ago. The name will come to me in a second. I have to look up the name. I think it's called Making Contact. It's about a UFO case that happened in a town called, it's spelled like Virginia in Brazil. Basically, it looks like Virginia in the country of Brazil, where a bunch of people saw this UFO land. Evidently, they saw aliens. Okay, here's the kicker: UFO Twitter right now, because I don't know if you know this, but UFO Twitter is a thing. Like all the UFO heads, all the UFO people are constantly on Twitter. There's talk, and I'll be amazing if they do, that looks like there might be some footage.
I heard about this. I haven't actually been able to track down any footage of it, but I know what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
they're saying that there might be some footage being released very soon. Evidently, it exists of an alien.
Could you imagine?
Do you imagine? Talk about world changing.
That would literally change everything. I was actually... So I sometimes watch like movie reactions on YouTube, and I was literally just watching when I rolled up, or at least listening to when I was stuck in traffic, the reaction to Signs.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
movie.
such a great movie, and like what stood out to me,
That Brazilian fucking birthday scene.
Yeah, the birthday scene,
in
but
fucking
also
Brazil.
But the funny thing was, and Joaquin Phoenix says he's like, move, andale. Or in Brazil.
It's hilarious, but it's true.
But what I was gonna say is, I specifically remember hearing the line that this is gonna change the world and everything we know right now, and if that's the case, holy hell, guys, get ready.
Let me ask you guys something for the one person who's watching this.
Actually, we have a pretty decent amount of subscribers now.
Oh, yeah. I do want to thank all you guys who haven't subscribed. If you haven't, for those who have, thank you. For those who haven't, please subscribe.
Please.
We're trying to do 2 or 3 times a week. We do recaps in the morning. We're going to be showcasing collectibles. We're partnering up with the folks of Nuke the Fridge. We got some kind of cool stuff happening. Trying to get some more exclusive interviews and content for you, more movie reviews and stuff like that. But if you can, please subscribe, comment, and like, and share.
Yes,
right? We need your support. Long story short, I know that there's a lot of people that could watch a whole lot of different podcasts out there, and you might be asking why, listen to us. Well, for one, we're like you. At the same time, we've dabbled in the industry. I did work in the industry for 8-9 years. Cameron is a screenwriter, aspiring director, prop maker, and stuff as well. But at the same time, we're just sharing, sharing a conversation with you, right?
Our opinions.
Right, our opinion. If you like them, great. If you don't like them, either way, tell us, okay? If there's something you want us to talk about, tell us as well. So we kind of jump all over the place. For the most part, we do kind of stay politically neutral, right? And we don't talk about religion unless we're going to make fun of Scientology. Then we'll definitely talk about religion. Yeah. Okay? Just kidding, guys.
I believe I can fly.
Yeah, I just fucking with you. But, at the end of the day, we're just like you, so if you ever, in the next few, we're probably going to be going live on different platforms, whether it's Twitch or whether it's Rumble. Or almost there to be able to go live on YouTube. We're working on it, okay? So we could get you guys to call in as well, alrighty? But in regards to the UFO topic, what do you guys think? I'll tell you what I believe, and I don't think I've ever said this on video, but about a year ago,
as far as you know,
January. I'll tell you when it was. I think it was my daughter's season opener in Florida. My daughter plays. She's in college, plays college softball, and she goes to school in Philly. But her season opener was in Miami, and we were flying to Miami. And right when we were down, we were like a 38,000 feet, or whatever the fuck it was, and the captain kind of says that they were going to start, the decline. I'm like, kind of woke up. I pop open the window, the visor, right? I pull it open. I kind of look. We're at 30,000 feet. And there is a bit of a translucent sphere, but with like a black inside. And I looked at it, and I kind of looked down like, we're really high up in the fucking sky. And we pass it, and it's just staying there. So it's not like a balloon, okay? And it was like right next to the plane. Like there's no reason why like a weather balloon would be, that could have caused it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's too close. And I looked at my wife, and I'm like, and she looked at me. I said, that's really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it was right, dude. I'm telling you, like if the wing was right here, we're talking about 50 feet away from that fucking wing. And I was like, holy shit. And I've always believed in something.
Yeah,
okay?
of course.
I've always believed in something, but that was a kicker. That was a kicker. And lately, I've been kind of doing a little bit more research on UFO stuff. I've been listening to any podcast that Lou Elizondo, that Christopher Mellon. I was literally listening to Joe Rogan this morning, and he had a couple, big UFO guys that have come on. Right.
Rob, it was probably just swamp gas.
It was swamp gas.
The moon. And
it was the moon
gas.
And
Venus.
All combined.
Yeah, all of the things.
All of the things combined.
That were causing your brain to, malfunction.
Yeah. Yeah,
there was nothing there.
There was nothing there. Absolutely. But yeah, a lot of. So I'll tell you something. If something that drastic happens in the world, I think it's going to cause a massive amount of chaos and panic.
I'm going to be at the top of Capitol Records holding the sign that's like...
Bring back Elvis?
Yeah. Right before... before I get beamed. I don't...
Beam me up, Scotty.
I can already see it now. Like, if something that crazy happened, like, collectively the world would become stupid. And, like... Because, we're already, like, pretty down that path. That it's like... I feel like we would all just do something very stupid, something shockingly stupid that would cause like a interstellar war or something. I can see it now. Like I'm gonna be sitting at home and I'm gonna see it on the news, and some guy somewhere in like I don't know, freaking Tennessee or something is gonna whip out an RPG and just and just shoot a UFO down, and then. There it is, Independence Day.
I could have been at a barbecue.
Yeah, honestly, like I could have been at a barbecue today, but I wasn't.
Welcome to planet Earth. Yeah, interesting stuff. A lot of interesting stuff. But there is a movie that's currently on Prime. I think it's called Making Contact. That does show a lot of these interviews, and the guy who kind of like directed and produced it, he's a pretty well respected. And he doesn't seem to be on the fringe, like ufologist type guy. You know what? I'll probably end up watching it in the next 2 days and kind of do a little review, as well. Even though it's not the type of topics that we normally would cover on Atomic Wire. Yeah. But either way, interesting nonetheless.
Aliens are always interesting, whatever they're doing out there. I would also just like to say that. I know that some people treat aliens... Actually, I don't even know what these some people are. I just assume that there's people out there that are like, aliens? Give me a break. That's not real. The way I, like, justify believing in aliens is that I think it would be ignorant to say that there's nothing out there. I think it's more likely that there's some planet that's probably more technologically advanced or less, whatever. Either or. I think it's... more likely that exists than it doesn't, just because of how vast space is. I just think it's so... I think that it would be foolish to pretend like we're the only, intelligent life out there in the entire universe.
Yeah. So, yeah. No. I agree. I agree. And we're taking off our geek, movie stuff just on common sense. It's idiotic to think, right, that we are the only ones. And I was listening, and again, late, like I mentioned, I've been listening to different podcasts, and I was listening to one of the guys. He's like a scientist, and he said, look, this was his prediction, in 100 years from now, talking about life outside the planet is not going to be any different as when we talk about just different species that exist on Earth. It's just nature. Yeah. Right? It's just nature. It's developed elsewhere.
Honestly... I think the reason that aliens just haven't like touched base with us yet is probably just because we still threaten the existence of our species with nukes over like land disputes, Like I feel like that's why aliens are just like, okay, these guys aren't ready.
Well, but here's the thing, or have they? Because if we go all the way back, and now we're going deep into the UFO and the whole,
I guess
it must be aliens, right? The truth is there's been talk about extraterrestrial beings for thousands of years. We've just called them different things in the past.
Sure.
Right? Whether we call them gods or whether we call them angels, right? There's always been in the holy books reference to flying vehicles and stuff like that, right? So have they? Maybe they already have made contact. Maybe in the last 100 years, maybe they kind of slowed back a little bit, or maybe they haven't, because again, those the Tic Tac video that was released in 2017, and the one that's also that appears to be in a gimbal and all those other stuff. There's a lot of fucking footage right now. So I'm looking forward to see what the government's going to release, if anything, if we could trust the government. Who knows, right? But yeah, it's a crazy time. Yeah, crazy time.
Very crazy.
Crazy time.
Very, very crazy.
Right. So what are you guys dressing up for Halloween? Are you guys doing Halloween? Are you guys doing the sexy costume, the scary costume?
I hope so.
The sexy, scary costume?
Double hope so.
You know?
You guys should comment down below, actually, what you're going to be for Halloween. That would be really sick. You guys can also, I think that we'll probably post up maybe like an email or something like that. And you guys can email us pictures of your costume, and we might like post it as a story on Instagram.
Correct. Or just go to our Instagram via
And DM
Atomic
us.
Wire
Yeah.
and just DM us. Be the easiest way. And we might be doing something live tomorrow with Nuke the Fridge. I'll let you guys know. And the other thing that we just talked about, we're going to go on a road trip, Cam.
Yep.
We're going to go on a road trip.
I heard rumors about this.
We're going to go on a road trip. We're going to take you guys to Area 51. No shit.
Or close enough.
We're going to get right to the gate.
And just wherever we don't get shot.
Correct. Hopefully get probed, but not get shot.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind getting probed.
Maybe we get probed.
It's been like a day or two.
Yeah, we're going to Area 51. My plan is hopefully in the next 30 days, we'll make a 2-day trip out of it. We'll go to Vegas. Then we'll swing by Area 51. We'll shoot a bunch of video. We'll go to Ale Inn. Okay, it's the little diner outside of the back gate of Area 51. I've been there once before, but for those of you who've never been to Area 51, we'll give you a trip. We'll kind of give you a daily diary of our trip or segments, and then we'll post them up. I don't think we can go live because there's really, really bad reception there.
Yeah,
okay,
probably not.
But we'll definitely upload everything as soon as we get back. And we'll keep you guys updated. If any of you guys want to meet us out there, shit, we could maybe meet at Ale Inn. Okay.
Yeah, as long as you're not crazy, we'll
or
do that.
maybe if you're just a little crazy, but not like Dahmer crazy.
Yeah, that's more what I was.
Don't
worried
ask
about.
me to take pictures.
If you're like into feet, like that's not like a red flag enough that you don't have to show up. But if you're like into
eating feet, right, and not chicken feet, like my feet,
yeah, like
or my heart.
I mean, whatever.
Okay.
Feet just freak me out. So
Really? Okay.
a little bit.
Alrighty. So do you guys miss Cam's hair? I do.
I don't.
It's
I'm
kind.
loving it.
I don't know.
This has been the best decision I've made in the last week at least.
Yeah, it scares the shit out of me. Kind of History X shit for me. Well, you could also play. Oh, you know what? Real quickly, Giancarlo Esposito, is that his name, right? The guy from Breaking Bad and obviously Mandalorian. Okay, someone took a picture, like an autograph signing, because he does a lot of the cons. This is like in the last 3-4 days, and they took him a Funko Pop of Charles Xavier, and he made a comment, and he said, "See you on the big screen." Okay.
I bet.
I don't hate that idea. I think I'm okay with that one.
Yeah, I guess.
Him as Professor X?
I guess,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that might work.
I actually haven't disliked like any rendition of Professor X, so I suppose if he's gonna be the Professor X,
I still would prefer James McAvoy. Like, I would love to have
Yeah.
McAvoy come back.
I feel like that just kind of makes the most sense. But I guess if we're gonna, if the MCU is gonna do that, then whatever. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to be one of those people that like, oh my god, I can't believe they changed the ethnicity of this character. But like, I don't know. Professor X like is not my favorite character ever. So do what you will with him. If you paid for the IP, who am I to tell you no?
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I'm interested. All right, we're closing up to about 50 minutes. Is there anything else we want to chime in on?
I don't have much else I wanted to touch on today, but I would like to second what Rob said earlier and just thank you guys for subscribing. It means the world to us. Thanks for watching. Don't know why you do, but we appreciate the fact that you tune in. It means a lot to us.
Yeah, on a Sunday night, go drink a beer, okay? Or two. Okay, we already drank one. We'll drink
Yeah.
another. and we'll go watch a movie. Alrighty, guys.
Perfect.
You guys have a wonderful weekend. Happy Halloween.
Happy
have fun.
Halloween, everybody. Have fun, but not too much fun.
Have lots of fun. All right, guys.
All right.
Take care. Good night.